I actually hit the button right this time. Shout out to me. This is Spurs versus everybody after show. The Spurs versus Hornets game. We got a lick back versus the Hornets 115-102. After a disappointing loss to the Nuggets too. So this was a nice little game where we had to pay attention because the Hornets are no sleeper team to sleep on. They're 22-4, I believe, when their starting lineup actually plays. They've got a lot of firepower with Kobe White, but yeah, this is my boy. I'm Greg. This is my boy Marshall. What were your thoughts going into the game, my guy? Or are you thinking like this was a trap game? Maybe this was how are you thinking? How are you feeling?
No, I thought this was very winnable for the Spurs. They showed, even though they were down against the Hornets in Charlotte that time, I saw some weakness. I said the Spurs can pull this one out. I was thinking probably by 5 points at max, but they ended up winning by double digits, so that worked.
Yeah, definitely. I thought guarding the 3-point line was going to be it's always kind of a factor for the Spurs, but definitely versus the Hornets, you were going to need to guard. I think they showed a graphic where Knepel is hot, like top 1 or at least top 3 in 3-point shooting makes, and then LaMelo Ball was like in the top 5 too. So this is a very potent offense with a lot of players who can get busy. The main guy who didn't show up for them, who showed up last game, was Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller did not show up. I think he's a tough guard for us.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go small with Castle, or you're gonna have to go maybe medium size with Vassell. I don't think Carter Bryant's right there to go ahead and maneuver or play enough to guard him. So
Champagne's not either.
Yeah, so he's definitely a guy that the Spurs had to pay attention to, and he just really didn't. I mean, that was the kind of the story of the Hornets. They just didn't. They didn't feel like they were on enough offensively to get this win, especially early on. Especially Knepel wasn't going. There's a bunch of people that didn't really get going until later.
Yeah, Knepel didn't go. Kobe White is a Spurs
killer. Yeah, and you're like, oh shit.
He was only 2 of 7 from the 3. Diabate didn't really get off too crazy either. I think first game against the Spurs, he had what? I have to go back. What was that, in January?
Yeah, January 31st.
Yep.
I just saw it. Diabate didn't look really after he got blocked a couple of times, he kind of like really relegated to just kind of like getting the ball out to people. He really didn't look for much offense.
Yeah, he had 12 and 10 with 6 assists in the first game against the Spurs. You know what I mean? So, and Brandon Miller, first game had 26. They had Colin Sexton at that point, who had 21 against the Spurs, 5 and 5. So that's a little bit different. So yeah definitely different. Knepel really didn't go off in either game against the Spurs. So
he missed a lot of open shots. Luckily, he missed a lot of open shots. I thought Spurs definitely got to, make sure that they pay attention who's on the court. I saw Keldon Johnson suck into the paint to guard the big man and left Knepel wide open. I don't want to leave those guys wide open to make threes. Luckily, he missed a couple. And he got going in the third quarter. I think he scored like 11 or 13 points of his 13 points in the third quarter.
Did.
But yeah, you don't want to leave. You got to know your personnel. And you got to make sure you know who's on the court and who's your guardian, who should not be helped off of it. I don't think he's a guy that you should really be helping off of very much.
Yeah. The Hornets, as was mentioned in the broadcast, are one of the better offensive rebounding teams. They had 11. Spurs had 15. I'm sorry. They had 11, and the Spurs had 15. So it was good that we were able to get our offensive boards, right?
Yeah.
They
have some length, athleticism, size. And Spurs sometimes tend to, fall asleep on at times on the boards. So it was good to see that you have to be active.
Damn, the Hornets had 10 blocks. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Kalkbrenner had some couple.
He had 3. Grant Williams had 4.
Grant Williams, he blocked one randomly. I was like, how did he get that? I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, Kobe White had that late. They had that chase down block on Champagne. That was nice.
Yeah. The Hornets putting together a squad. I was like, damn, I forgot about Kobe White being on the team too. Now they're kind of stacked offensively. They're gonna have to figure out the defensive end and probably add another player. But yeah, they're coming together, man. You can't be mad at them. Like I said, they're 22-4 when their starting lineup plays together. So Kobe White, Grant Williams, kind of off injuries. I don't know what he can give you much anymore in these days, but if he can kind of return to form, the Boston form, he's a great bench player. Cole Brenner's probably a great backup center. Maybe he evolves into a starting center, but I think he's probably backup. And then you have a lot of other players that have to fit and mix and match. So the Hornets are definitely on to something. Whether
Yeah.
here and focus long term that's up to them, the coaching and organization. But yeah, the Spurs were able to hang on to the lead, and they had an 18-point lead. It kind of dwindled down to, I think it got under 7, right? At some point.
Got right to about 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in that area, and then
might have been 5 at one point, honestly.
It might have gotten to 5, and then I believe, I think we had some good execution. Castle had back-to-back alley-oops to Wemby Area 51. I really like Wemby as a connector piece. You definitely saw his passing ability to different players, including French Vanilla. That was good to see. Like we talked about, his balance on his shot is very, he's really staying focused, really keeping his focus on keeping straight his balance, his footwork in place, and really just lining up his body correctly instead of being kind of like, trying to be herky jerky with it. And so it's been showing. It's been really looking nice.
Yeah. That alley oop from Wemby to Cornette was, a couple of them that were nice. You know what I mean? Cornette finally showed some type of offensive.
He was active.
Yeah, active. I mean, he had 10 and 8 in 20 minutes. Finally.
That's what you want. Anywhere between 8 to 10, maybe even 7, but 10 rebounds, play good defense. That's where you kind of want to be at where you're at with him. I think that's totally doable for him.
Absolutely. You got your 13 from Keldon. That's really 13 to 15 from Keldon. I'm fine with that.
It's almost like you can pencil that in at some points.
Yep. I'm gonna save Castle for last. Champagne was hot early, kind of tailed off.
Yeah, he usually he'll hit. It's weird. He'll either hit a 3 and then make a terrible miss, or he'll make a terrible miss and then make. It's like his business are pretty bad at times.
Yeah. We know how phenomenal Wemby was. 2 points shy of 2 assists shy, of a triple double. Played phenomenally. That last 3, he was really trying to score there at the end too. He was going for it. I saw Bam do it. Shoot, let me get this to my thing.
He gets 32.
Fox 6 of 16, 17 points. I mean, he came on, real strong in stretches that we needed him to. So.
Yeah.
I'm at Vassell, 9 points, 5 rebounds. Not his best shooting day, but not terrible. You know what I mean? He did.
Just not really got in a groove. It's one of those things where you really have to focus and run plays for him and get him going early.
Yeah.
And get him locked in offensively. And it's possible. It's just I think the coaching staff needs to be more vigilant on doing that. Getting him to the mid range and getting him easy buckets. So that's something the coaching staff should dial in. But yeah.
Yeah. Harrison Barnes, 2 points. Playing 22 minutes.
After the 20-point, you're like, oh man, come on. Can I get a 10-piece or 8 pieces?
He's playing a lot more than I honestly think he personally should. Carter Bryant only had 16 minutes, but he had 8 points. I would have loved to see Plumlee in there with Wemby. It didn't happen.
Oh, the Plum Dog, your guy, Plumlee.
Yeah, I want to see Plumlee and Wemby in there at the same time, but it didn't happen. It's fine.
Don't be so sad about it.
I just, I want to see it. I mean, Wemby got it going with Cornette. I feel like he can get that going with Plumlee too at points. Or Plumlee can throw him oops because Plumlee's actually a decent passer.
Should we see some more French Vanilla possibly? We've kind of gotten away with it over the season.
Yeah, it depends because if you're going to have teams that are running and gunning on you, no. So we'll see. We'll see.
I gotta look at the pace difference because I know the Spurs are really gun ho about running and just getting and going and getting matchups like you want Castle on someone you want Keldon on somebody who can bully them. Fox obviously can in transition. You get Fox on easy matchups, so transition definitely will help the Spurs. But it's interesting to see what the pace numbers are on the double big lineups.
Agreed. Okay, Castle.
All right, go ahead.
I got to talk about this, man. He had 15, 5 of 11, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His defense, you saw when he's on the floor, his defense is very impactful. And it really gets after it. I appreciate that. Offensively, I am concerned about this. And maybe it's going to take a couple seasons to do it. Maybe he'll just end up being like this. There's certain times with Castle. He had 6 turnovers tonight. And about 3 of them were just inexcusable forced passes, not really knowing where the hell to go with the ball. And it's just like, dude, you're making obvious bad passes. Like he tried to throw one to Kellen. It was not good because it was a 50-50 ball that Bridges was able to take away. There's another one he tried swinging across the court. It got stolen, I think, by LaMelo. I mean, it just certain times it's like, dude, just if you can't freaking find a good pass, just hold the ball. Just hold the ball. And I'd rather you go into getting a shot instead of trying to just do these little dump off plays that are the defense is reading. And it's very, very simple that the defense can see what you're doing and you're turning the ball over. And that's hurting the Spurs, especially on teams that can really run and gun and kill you like that. Come playoff time, you can't do that because the OKCs, the Timberwolves, hell, even the Suns, if they're on, are going to come after, and even the Clippers, because I feel like we're probably going to have a match with the Clippers. They're going to take advantage of those mistakes. So he's got to limit those type of plays because that's going to kill the Spurs. Because if he limits those type of plays, we blow out the Hornets by 20 plus because now they're not getting the confidence on those fast breaks going up and down. It's not just him, but that's a part of it because the momentum swings.
There was one. I don't know if it was the first one or one of the first ones was really lackadaisical. I didn't like that one. And then he does have a habit of trying to force it in really tight windows to the big. That's going to be something he has to prove upon the next couple of years about figuring out not to try to do that. But and then obviously the scouting report on him is going to be he likes to skip passes. And so they're gonna be sitting on those skip passes. So he just needs to you don't always have to make the home run. And this is just a learning process for him. Like you're gonna have to learn, like even like NFL quarterbacks have to run like, hey, sometimes you just gotta take the check down pass. Sometimes you gotta just take the flats. Sometimes you just gotta find your tight end. You gotta find the easy passes and just make it. You don't always have to make the spectacular cross-court passes. It's something maturation process is going to have to learn. But the lackadaisical turnovers kind of get on my nerves. Those are the ones that are he kind of just haphazardly throws it one-handed or just kind of makes it like those are just effort turnovers that I just do not like. So, but
I agree.
He's going to have to fix all of that. I mean, he has fixed. He's gotten better as the years gone on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spurs have done a good job about assisting the ball a lot more now and not less turnovers. But yeah, just one of those. It's going to pop up from game to game.
Yep. Fourth quarter, when the Spurs went into the fourth quarter, only up by 8. This could have gotten bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Hornets just missed some shots.
Yeah.
I mean, the Spurs, they took some opportunities on offense and were able to pull this game out. But again, they're getting up big. They're doing all this work to get up big just to see the lead dwindle damn near down the stretch in every quarter. And it's just like, y'all got to be able to finish quarters, man. You have to be able to put your foot on people's necks and keep it there. Because for a while in that first quarter, the Spurs were on like a 14-0 run. The Hornets couldn't buy a bucket. And then a couple of subs came in, and then the Spurs just became unhinged. It looked bad, and the Hornets cut the lead to like, I think 7. And I'm just like, we could have been up by, 15 points if you close out the damn quarter.
So my question to you is this just NBA game of runs, great offenses, that's going to happen? Like teams are going to lose leads or get close. Mm-hmm. Or is this young team, they're going to figure it out over the next couple of years? Like some of the great Spurs teams figured out and just kind of just roll through people and just kind of just keep rolling.
You're probably going to have where your leads are going to dwindle just because of the personnel that I think the Spurs are going to keep. Unless you make those specific changes that we talked about, I don't think it's going to get any better. You're going to be up by big, and then subs are gonna come in, and then it is what it is.
Yeah, I think they need to. It's definitely you need to know who to go to and when to go to them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about Keldon getting downhill. I think that needs to be a priority on that second unit. Obviously, the cell needs to be highlighted in the second unit when you have a Castle Vassell lineup. He needs to be the go-to guy that comes off screens, gets downhill, hits the mid-range, can get to the bucket. He's going to have to be highlighted on that, especially with Wemby out. So it's about knowing your personnel and knowing how to put them in the best positions. And that's going to be on the coaching staff. It's going to be on the players because the players still have to execute and still have to do things. So they're going to have to figure all that out. I think it's still their first year together, learning together. There's still a second overall seat. So it's like a little nitpicky, but you can see where things kind of get stagnant or things kind of get chaotic because you're basically just, I don't want to say running without an offense. You still have structure, but you don't have
points. It looks like it.
Yeah, it's just like you take it, you go, and you do your thing. At times, and that works. That works at times, and for sure, and it's hard to guard against because you don't know who has the ball. Like you don't know who's going to go off, and that makes it hard. But there's also clarity in knowing, hey, I got to get the ball to SGA. I know where. Chet needs the ball. I know where these certain guys need the ball, and they have it instead of having so many weapons. You can almost have too many weapons at some points.
Yeah.
And so it gets a little chaotic. So the Spurs are going to have to dial that in, but it's hard to argue against the success too. But it's just like something you see, you're like, okay, this needs a little bit of tweaking. Like this needs to be ironed out eventually,
Yeah.
So
I agree.
That's going to be on the coaching staff, the players, the egos, everybody have to work together and figure that out. So I have faith in the Spurs figuring that out eventually. Maybe not this year. It'll be a little herky-jerky throughout the whole year, but I think by year 2, 3, we'll definitely see a cohesive unit where roles are really clearly defined and people know what they know each other in and out.
Agree.
So anything else did you see from this game that you were like interested by or that stuck out to you?
Not really off the top of my head, man. I think I've kind of stated everything I have.
Yeah. Always interested by the first play. Sometimes they run it for Devin. I think today they ran it for Champagny. He was, I think, a movement 3 to get him a 3, and he actually drove it. I was a little hesitant, but he made it. So I was like, all right, cool. But it's always interesting who the first play goes for. Overall, the Hornets just didn't have enough offense. The Spurs were able to hold on and pull it out, and it was a good win, man. We didn't want to go, back-to-back losses for sure.
Yeah,
I think we both predicted that they were going to win this game, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you were 5-0, and I was 3-2.
Yeah, you had the Denver loss, and you had the Suns loss, I believe.
I think it was Clippers.
Oh, Clippers. Okay, cool. We'll go on to the next game. I think we both. Why did it go to that? Off the top of your head, do you know who the Spurs is? It's the Suns or the Clippers?
It's Clippers.
Clippers. Okay.
And Clippers, so and then a back-to-back against the Kings.
King, on the road. We're on the road.
Yeah, Clippers Monday, Kings Tuesday, and then
Suns Thursday.
Suns Thursday, which I think is in San Antonio.
Let's see. Yeah, it's in San Antonio.
Because we already played them twice over there.
So we'll be in LA for the Clippers Kings, and then we will. Let's see. We got comments. Let's see. Spurs need that one vet to lead. We'll be champs in 3 years. I don't know about 3 years, but I would say 2. But if it's 3 years, how do we feel if it is 3 years? Like in 3 years we win shape at this point. Do you feel let down, or you wouldn't even care? It's like a championship. It's a championship, or
it depends on the state of the team, in all honesty, because like I'm thinking in 3 years, that would mean Fox is probably gone. Okay, we will have extended Wemby, Castle, Harper will be the starting point guard. I mean, this team will look very, very different, and I just don't know what the rest of the league is going to look like. So I think 3 years is too long. Like, it's going to need to be in the next couple of years. If not, I don't know about. I think it would be longer than 3 years.
Yeah, I would think that something would have to, like, there would have to be injuries in those in the next year. Like, I'm looking at, I guess I mean 3 years is not that bad if you think about it. Okay, 1 year we have to learn the playoffs and everything. You can accept that we lose, even though I feel pretty confident about the Spurs this year.
Yeah, I do too.
Year two, you're like, okay, I don't. That year two would have to be injuries, or the chemistry they would have to bring in some chemistry vet that it didn't rock chemistry wise, or something would have to go wrong for me to see like that year two wouldn't be at least the finals. Like I would expect the finals in year two for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe it turns out like that. We lose in the finals year two, and then year three, it finally all clicks. They finally find the right combination of the last pieces, and they win. But yeah, I'm expecting a championship by next year. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not crazy to say 3 years, I guess.
Yeah, no.
What do we need a vet to lead? Is there a vet that we need? Obviously, Fox and Harrison Barnes, you want them to kind of be leaders. Harrison Barnes is taking a back step. Fox is kind of trying to figure out his role and his place. And then the offense.
A more grounded point guard. Of whose that is, I don't know. But a more grounded point guard, because Wemby can get
so you're out on Fox, Dillon, and Steph.
Yeah, I don't know. Not in all of them. I mean, unless Harper takes that leap, I just don't see him being that well-rounded point guard that we need. Castle, absolutely not. He's too sporadic. He's not more grounded. And then Fox, not assertive enough.
So what happens if it was? I mean, everybody's going to assume that a forward of some kind, power forward, that would be the missing vet piece that the Spurs would need.
A vet power forward.
Yeah, some kind of.
I mean, yeah, that would help.
I mean, that's what everybody's going to point to. Everybody's going to say. Sure. I mean, everybody's going to say, "Oh, we got 3 point guards. We don't need any more," or 3 ball handlers, whatever we want to call it. You're obviously going to say we got both our bigs. We got 6th man of the year. Maybe shooters, maybe some vet shooters would be one. But everybody's going to point to the power forward, unless you're going to pencil in Carter Bryant as the heir apparent to the starting point guard. But it's kind of hard. It's hard to ask of him in the second year to go ahead and stop into the starting lineup and be that championship piece. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
So, but yeah. What do we got? The Clippers. Okay, the keys to the Clippers. What obviously Kawhi. I think he is the number 1 offensive player right now. He's playing extremely high level basketball. That I didn't think he still had him, but he's been tearing it up. What do you expect from the Clippers? Why do you think they're going to lose against the Clippers?
I think the Clippers are going to come out firing. Okay. I think Wemby will have a pretty good game. I'm not high on the others showing up. Between Kawhi, it'll be a closer game early on, but I think later on, the combination of like a Kawhi, Benedict Mathurin, I think Batum hits a big 3 for them late with his old self.
Why Batum in the 4th?
Yeah, and I just think that the Clippers pull away late, win this one by about 7 or 8.
Okay.
Tune of like 118 to 110. Kawhi goes for about 33. Mathurin with about 24. Batum has like a 15-point game. Lopez has like 10. You know what I'm saying? Some other guys just able to step up to where just Wemby's really your guy. Fox probably has 16. Castle probably has 15. Keldon only 8. Carter Bryant really doesn't play a lot this game either. which is dumb. Stuff like that.
Okay. There you have it. Why the Spurs will lose versus the Clippers. I picked them to win. I just don't think the Clippers will have enough offensive firepower to stay with the Spurs. I think enough guys will show up this game. We'll see.
Oh, Garland. We haven't played against Garland yet, right?
No.
That's the other guy I was thinking. Yeah, he's been known to give us some problems.
We'll see if Dylan Harper gets back into the lineup. That's going to be another key. But I think I'm pretty confident the Spurs having enough offense to go ahead and take care of the Clippers. But it also depends on what Kawhi gives you. Like if Kawhi's going to go off, then they could probably keep it close. So we'll see on that. Predictions coming up. Let us know in the comment section below. What do you think the Spurs Clippers score is going to be? Who's going to win or lose? Just let us know in your keys to the game. That'd be much appreciated. What else about what's going on? What else is going on? Anything else in Spurs land you think of? Really haven't really thought about anything else. Talked about Dylan Harper. I talked about Dylan Harper, Rookie of the Month last. Wemby second in MVP. I think he just kind of finished there to SGA.
Yep. If he was playing like this all year, he'd undoubtedly be running away with the MVP. But
is there a way would he be able to surpass SGA because they're OKC's the number one team? He obviously has beaten Wilt's record. That's another accolade. He's won a championship. Would there be a way for Wemby to jump without getting into that first place? Or is just automatically?
He would have to. If he gets like a quadruple double, if he starts getting some triple doubles on a nightly basis, and the Spurs just like go on this crazy win streak. I've never thought that they would catch the Thunder.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, if they were to catch the Thunder, that would probably be the way that you say, "Oh, Wemby's the MVP."
So we have to get the first seed, and he has to start averaging at least 30, 12, and 10 or something crazy like that. So yeah, I think he ends up being the second MVP, or maybe top 5. I think he'll be in the top 5 for sure at the end of the day. What else? Fox has been coming on strong. That's been good to see.
Yes, it has.
He's going to have to be more assertive. He's going to have to be the player that we wanted from the Kings, especially the fourth quarter and in clutch time and in the playoffs.
Yeah,
because he's going to be that stabilizing. He's supposed to be that stabilizing force.
Absolutely.
When things go tough, he's going to have to keep going. So it's good to see him catching on and getting better as we coming near to the end here. What else? Anything around the league? I've really paid. I mean, the Atlanta Hawks are like really cooking.
Yep, I got some around the league stuff real quick.
Okay. Let's
It's time for Spurs versus everybody. Rewind. Checking in. Checking in around the league with Spurs versus everybody.
All right, around the league time, man.
all right, go.
All right, so I got to pay attention here to really there's 3 teams in the East that are just cooking right now, all with 5+ win streak. You got the Magic that have won 6 in a row, the Heat that have won 7 in a row, and the Hawks that have won 9 in a row, which is pretty crazy. And that's really going to be some key implications for some seeding. For a while there, Atlanta was battling with Charlotte for who's going to be 9-10. Now, hell, Atlanta could seriously find themselves in the playoffs. Like, they have some key games coming up here. I was looking at their schedule. They just beat the Bucks today, and they have the Magic next. It's in Atlanta. Okay,
That's gonna be a big game.
That is a big game. Then they play the Mavericks, which they should beat, and they have the Rockets. This, and by no way means these are rival games, but they got the Rockets. They have the Pistons this month, the Celtics twice, and then they have a Magic in Orlando in April. They play the Knicks and then the Cavs twice and end off with the Heat. So Atlanta's really going to be tested, and we're really going to see what they're made of coming this last, 15 games, or how many games that they have left. So that's really going to say, are they going to be a playoff team, or are they going to be in the play-in and have to, play for the playoffs? Because if they get hot enough, bro, shoot. So I'm talking an Atlanta team that can pass the Raptors, who they're only a game and a half behind, possibly pass Orlando and Miami and get as high as 5. Because I don't think they're going to pass Cleveland. They're too far. But if they sputter off by losing some of these games, we can see them right back where they are. You know what I mean?
Historically, it's been the Atlanta Hawks Invitational, the play-in tournament. I mean, the play-in situation 7, 8, 9, 10. They've been there historically, so they're trying to hopefully break that trend. We'll see. They're going to be tested for sure, and they're going to show. This is kind of they've caught into something, or just this was just a hot streak that eventually going to end. But you said possibly 5th seed, so
possibly 5th seed, because right now that's being occupied by the Orlando Magic, who have actually been playing some really good basketball. Paulo Banchero has finally been playing like the damn star he should be since the All-Star break, and that's really between him and Bang. They're carrying Orlando right now. They have a big game tonight against the Heat, who are right behind them, riding their own win streak as well. So one win streak is going to be snapped. One win streak is going to be snapped. But again, so the Magic going out, they have the Heat, then they have the Hawks, then they got the Thunder, Hornets, Lakers. They play Cavs, Raptors, Suns, Hawks again, Pistons, Timberwolves, and finish off with the Celtics. So Magic don't have an easy schedule too. We're going to find out a lot about them as well, because they can find themselves anywhere between 5 and into the damn play-in. It's close.
That's what makes it exciting, especially in the East, how close it is.
Yep. And then the Heat have no better. And notice I skipped some games, but shoots. He have the Magic tonight. Then they have the Hornets, then the Lakers, then the Rockets. Then they host the Spurs. Then they have the Cavs twice, 76ers, Celtics, Raptors twice, and end off with the Hawks. So, I mean,
that's a schedule. That is a schedule right there.
All 3 of those teams have tough schedules down the stretch, man. So we're going to find out a lot about the 3 of those teams. I don't expect Philly to really do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm not really – and they have quite crazy enough. Philly has an easier schedule. But I don't expect them – actually, no, they really don't, because they have to play Spurs, Rockets, Pistons, Timberwolves all in a row. So, some of these teams have some really tough schedules down the stretch, man. It's going to be interesting.
That's going to be fun, man. I can't wait to see how that all breaks down.
Yep. One thing that I'm very irritated by, guys, and
let's grind your gears.
Greg, you know where I'm going with this, man, because this is irritating to me.
Okay, what is it?
Jalen Duren.
Okay. I think he had 30 and something?
Balling right now.
That's your guy.
He is balling right now. And just imagine if we had that guy.
Would he be coming off the bench?
He'd be starting.
Over Wemby?
No, him and Wemby would start together.
You think they would start them together?
Absolutely. It would absolutely start them together.
I'm not saying I would like it or nothing. I'm just saying.
No, you would absolutely start them together. And then you would bring, at that point, I would like Vassell off the bench, but you'd probably bring Champagne off the bench, and you'd have Castle, Fox, and Vassell starting.
Yeah.
And so now you have the rebounding, bruising, the actually look for a shot big that I think the Spurs need. I mean, shoots, man. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, Duren's having that's part of the Detroit success, right? Is Duren's maturation. and and how he's grown into a an all-star level player, and to help Cade out.
And honestly, since he's been really balling like that, they don't really need Cade to score a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah,
and to me, it makes them better when Cade doesn't shoot all them damn shots. Because when Cade shoots a lot of shots, they don't seem to win.
I have to look into that. I'm really interested to see what the record is when he's what his shot attempts are and wins and versus losses. But I mean, Detroit's always needed more offensive players around Cade to help him alleviate some of the pressure. He can't do it all himself.
Yeah.
And so Duren, just taking that leap and going after it's definitely helped that team for sure.
Yeah, it really, really has. So, but that is that.
The always lost love from Marshall would be Duren.
Yep, absolutely.
More
than Wiseman.
Or any kind of big.
Yeah, more than Wiseman for me, honestly.
Mm.
Now, on the flip side, for the West, now we got to talk a little bit about the West right now. The Suns lost a game they probably should have won yesterday to the Raptors, which would have actually put them at they would have put them at 40-27. The game behind Minnesota, Denver, and then a game and a half behind the Lakers and the Rockets. But instead, now they're 2 and 2.5 games behind, so that kind of set them back a little bit. Right now, Rockets are third, tied with the Lakers because of that tiebreaker, and then you have the Nuggets and Timberwolves tied, literally half a game behind them. So the landscape of the final 4 playoff spots could flip, and I would expect them to flip. As of right now, the Spurs would be matched up with the Suns, who them boys are kind of like they're kind of a slightly older Hornets team because they shoot. You got sporadic Jalen Green, kind of like LaMelo.
Shout out Joel.
Booker's your more established star, which I guess you would hope that either Brandon Miller or Khan could be that guy. I mean, I guess I would compare Booker to Khan just because Khan's a little bit more consistent, right? But Booker obviously is the better player. When you have Dylan Brooks there, he's kind of your Miles Bridges in a sense. And then they have Mark Williams, who they haven't had because he's been out a little bit with injury. But they're a team I really don't want to see if they're fully healthy in the first round.
They'll challenge the Spurs to 3-point defense for sure.
Oh, 100%. And I think that they're going to end up probably losing to the Clippers in the play-in.
Yeah.
So more than likely Spurs are going to play the Clippers. But nevertheless, Spurs get through the first round. Who would you most like to see and who would you least like to see in between? I'm not going to put Phoenix because they're not going to get to the third, but between Houston, Lakers, or between the Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, and Timberwolves.
Easy money Rockets. That's who I want to see.
Okay.
For sure. Who I least what are the names for the least?
Well, I mean, it's between the 4, so you can rank them 1 being the easiest, 4 being the hardest. So Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Timberwolves.
Nuggets toughest.
Really?
Yeah, Nuggets toughest.
Okay. So Nuggets are at 4.
Houston the easiest.
Houston's at 1, and now you got the Lakers and Timberwolves. Lakers, Timberwolves, yeah.
Oh, man, the Luka factor is the one that I'm trying to quantify.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go second hardest will be the Timberwolves, and I'll go the second easiest would be the Lakers. Just because you can target Luka, LeBron, and Reeves on defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be able to do that.
Okay. I go Rockets 1, the easiest. Yeah. 2, I will go the Lakers. 3, I will go the Nuggets. And 4, I will go the Timberwolves.
Okay, so you're definitely more scared of the Nuggets. I mean, the Timberwolves. Give me some thoughts on why.
Okay. Houston can't do anything with us. I mean, that's just is what it is. We've smacked them unless like they have outer body experience from like Jabari Smith and Tari Eason and reach up, and they're all hitting their shots. They're not messing with this. The Lakers second, the Luka factor is definitely real. Unless he just happens to go off and LeBron turns back the clock and maybe Ayton's just like the freaking Phoenix Suns Ayton where he was dropping 20 and 10. I'm not really worried about them doing that. Between Denver, this is why for me, I would be more concerned with Minnesota than I would be with Denver. It's because of the ascension of Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards has been a problem that the Spurs cannot figure out. Mm-hmm. And also having left-handed Julius Randle has been a problem that the Spurs don't really have the best success with, especially him being more physical with Wemby, and Wemby's not able to get anything by him. I'm not really worried about anybody on the Nuggets giving Wemby an issue, trying to guard him. And then on the other side, he'll block Jokic. You know what I mean? Now, the Nuggets have bigger wings. I get it. And, if you got Aaron Gordon healthy and if you have, Murray, obviously we saw him go off. But we saw the Spurs up on the Nuggets by 20-something points, just to unfortunately lose it at the end. But it took a Herculean effort by the two best players. Plus, you had Spencer Jones have damn near game of his life. With the Timberwolves, Spurs were up on the Timberwolves twice by 20, lost both of them, when you had DiVincenzo hitting threes. You had
their bench is definitely more. I think their bench would be more dangerous.
Nas Reed, who's also, and they have the bigs that can really challenge and give the Spurs some problems with Anthony Edwards, because they're setting hard screens between Randall, Gobert. Nas Reed can step out and hit the three. Jaden McDaniels, they have the bigs to really challenge the Spurs, especially if Cornette's out there. I don't like that. So
I get it for sure.
That's why for me, Timberwolves.
Randall. I mean, there's some tough matches. Randall's tough matchup for the Spurs.
You don't have anybody really to guard Randall if you really think about it.
Yeah, I would like to go double big against the Timberwolves, but you would need.
You have to put Plumlee out there.
I wouldn't go with Plumlee. I would go double. I would like to go double big, go more zone against them. Trap Edwards a lot and see if he can make the passes necessary to beat you. Trap Randall, see what he can do.
DeSumo too. He's a dog on defense.
Oh yeah. DeSumo is definitely an issue. The only problem is I just don't feel like I would feel a lot better if Carter Bryant was further along in his development.
Yes, I agree.
And I go double big with Carter Bryant 3 and then really start causing some issues for them. But so if you go I think just Rudy Gobert gets going to get torched by Wemby. I just trying to think of who you can really put on. I mean, they're going to go with Keldon probably against Randall. I'm just really dumb.
I don't like that.
Even like I can understand like maybe Keldon can stand him up enough where Wemby can come over and block him, but like I still don't really love that matchup at all. So I understand definitely. And then you talk about DiVincenzo, Nas Reed, the firepower that they have. Is probably more scarier than in the Denver Nuggets. I mean, even though they have Watson, Hardaway would be the big X factor for them. I think he's gonna have to have a big series.
Him and Cam Johnson, because
Cam Johnson's gonna have to definitely show up.
So I would go with Plumlee and Wemby against Randall and Gobert, or Randall and Reed, whatever they're planning on doing. Because I just feel like Plumlee.
You would love to have like a Kelly Olynyk type of big, like a tweener big, that's able to go against Randall, but you just don't have that.
Yeah, to me, I'm like, I would give Plumlee the nod to try to do it because he's going to be physical with Randall. Yeah. Like Randall still may score.
You don't think he's too slow for Randall?
No, I actually don't. I think he's well enough to make Randall really have to work And if Randall tries to get to the rim, that's where Wemby comes into play for the block shots. Because once Randall's getting in there, he's really not passing.
Yeah.
And then 2, if you want to play both of them together and you want to kind of free up Wemby, Plumlee can set the screens to get Wemby open instead of having to take Randall one-on-one. So that's why, to me, that makes me feel a little bit better because Cornette's not really setting those type of screens. And plus, he's too slow to get back on defense against if they go Randall. Let's say they go Randall and Reed, right? I don't want Cornette in there to guard either one of those guys. I trust Plumlee to give Plumlee a shot rather than Cornette. And then you can't really do anything. I definitely don't want Harrison Barnes on Randall, which they probably will try to do, which is going to really piss me off.
Physicality.
Yeah. And he's going to get absolutely 8.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, you point out some good points about the interesting matchups they're going to have to go against with the Timberwolves and the Anthony Edwards factor is definitely real. So yeah, I mean, you make some great points. So
yeah. Now to your point too, because I do want to talk about the Nuggets real quickly.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon. Let's just say Aaron Gordon's back in the lineup. So now you're looking at Jamal Murray.
Christian Braun's going to be an X factor too for them.
Yeah, and even Bruce Brown, because Bruce Brown's scrappy on defense. But I think if the Nuggets are fully healthy, their starting lineup would be Jamal Murray,
Braun,
Christian Braun, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic. Right now, could they make a surprise, take Braun out, push Cam to the 2 and put Spencer Jones to the 3? They absolutely could do that, or Aaron Gordon to the 3. They could do that. They could end up going big, wing wise. Yeah. I doubt they're going to start Peyton Watson just because he's been injured and he's kind of out of it. But when he was balling, he was balling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're probably going to bring him on. Strother is another one. He gets open, he can get hot. Not the best defender, but he could definitely shoot that thing. So they have a lot of guys that they can really throw out there at the Spurs. And some guys are probably going to get the short end of the stick, but Brown got them there before. Both Browns, honestly.
Brown and Brown.
Were there when they won the championship. So it's going to be tough. It really, really is going to be tough as well. Jokic obviously is going to be the guy. I just don't know. And Murray, as we know, can heat up come playoff time, and it looks really bad when he does. So you're really
he gets hot, man. He got high, man. I was like, oh shit.
Absolutely. But anybody that's going to try to drive to the rim is going to have to deal with Wemby when it comes to the Nuggets. And I just don't think that I will take them shooting all those threes to beat the Spurs rather than them getting to the rim and bullying the Spurs and basically, killing their last line of defense. I think Minnesota does that and can hit the threes that will set them over the top with the Anthony Edwards, who you're probably not going to be able to stop. So that's
all right, Spurs fans. You heard our arguments. Let us know how are you ranking these teams? We've got the Houston Rockets, the Lakers, the Timberwolves, and the Nuggets. You rank them from the easiest matchup for the Spurs to the hardest matchup. Drop it in the comment section below. We'll comment. Let us know your thoughts, and we appreciate y'all. So, what else? What else we got?
That's really it, man.
Yeah, that was a fun game, fun episode. Appreciate my guy Marsh for always being here for me in the show.
Quick shout out to the UTSA women's basketball team. They're in the freaking AAC conference championship against Rice. They were the only team to beat Rice in their conference. Rice went 18-1 in the AAC conference, and their only loss was to the UTSA women's team in the last game of the season. And now the UTSA women have since then been on a tear. I think they've won including with the tournament, I think they're on a 7-game win streak. So they with a record of 17, with a record of 17-15. They play tonight, 8:30 on, I believe it's ESPNU. It would be great to see them get into the tournament. I don't think any UTSA team has even sniffed being close to the tournament. So,
oh yeah, that'd be
shout
fun.
out the ladies. Yeah.
Shout out to ladies. I hope y'all get in so we can go watch y'all. I definitely would go check out go checking out the tournaments. So definitely gonna hit that up. But yeah, shout out to y'all, ladies. Local shout outs.
Yep.
Any more local shout outs or any more food recommendations, places you like to go?
I can't.
Okay.
Because I've been sworn to secrecy for this place.
There you go. We'll keep it on the low.
Yeah.
Well, like always, Spurs fans, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to us. Check out all our social media. That's Spurs of everybody on all social media platforms. You can hit up Marshall on Twitter at
MarshallBest14.
He live tweets during the game, so make sure you like those tweets, retweet, engage him. He's very active. Also, obviously, I'll tweet during the games also on the main account. We appreciate everybody coming through, and we'll catch y'all next time. And versus the Clippers. Peace.